I used to believe that the dull ache in my knees, the stiffness in my hands, the restless nights turning side to side, were just part of growing old, that it was normal, but I was wrong. What I was really living with was inflammation. Some hard truths we don't talk about enough. Over 54 million adults in the US live with chronic joint pain, and nearly half are over the age of 65. CDC, 2021, Harvard Medical School, 2020, reported that chronic inflammation contributes to arthritis, heart disease, memory loss, and even cancer. And the scariest part, most people over 60 don't even realize inflammation is behind their fatigue, swelling, and daily aches. Maybe this sounds familiar. You wake up, and your legs feel stiff. Before your feet even touch the floor, you open a jar and feel a twinge in your wrist. You bend to tie your shoes and pause, afraid that pain will shoot down your hip. You've tried stretching, medication, creams, physical therapy. Some days are better, but deep down, you feel like you're slowly disappearing inside your own body. But what if I told you that one simple ingredient, maybe already in your kitchen, could begin calming your body's internal fire in just a few days? And no, I'm not selling you a miracle, I'm talking about something ancient, humble, natural. I'm talking about turmeric, specifically, the active compound inside it, curcumin. It's not just a spice, it's one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatories on Earth, with over 2,000 scientific studies in the past decade alone. Why should you care? Because after age 60, chronic inflammation becomes a silent thief. It steals your balance, it weakens your sleep, it clouds your memory, and worst of all, it slowly convinces you that this is your new normal. But it's not. You don't have to live like this. You can change direction. And it begins with something as small as a cup. In this video, I'll gently guide you through what chronic inflammation really is, and how it quietly wrecks your joints, gut, and brain, how curcumin works, and why so many people feel relief within just 4 days, how to make the perfect golden drink that actually works, and what not to do, common mistakes that ruin turmeric's benefits, and real stories, like Joanna, 76, and Richard, 81, who learned how to walk confidently again, plus scientific studies and journal references, so you can make informed decisions, not just hopeful guesses. So stay with me until the end, because maybe, just maybe, the pain you've been told to live with, that is not your fate. It's something your body can still recover from, if you give it the right tools, and just a little time. Chronic inflammation, the silent thief so many seniors live with. Without even knowing it, I once asked one of my older patients, Henry, 74 years old, "Have you felt any pain lately?" He gave me a soft smile and said, "Everywhere, document. But I've gotten used to it." And that answer, honestly, that hurt more than any diagnosis, not because he was in pain, but because he believed pain was simply what life becomes after 60. He thought it was normal, and sadly, too many people do. But the truth is, it's not. Pain is not your destiny. Fatigue isn't something you have to accept, and stiffness, brain fog, digestive issues, they're not just part of aging. They often come from one invisible cause. Chronic inflammation. Let's break it down. What is inflammation? And when does it turn against us? There are two types of inflammation. 1. Acute inflammation, your body's natural, healthy response to injury or infection. It's what helps you heal when you cut your finger or catch a virus. It comes on quickly, lasts a few days, then resolves. This type of inflammation is your friend. 2. Chronic inflammation. Now this is a different story. This happens when your body's alarm system doesn't turn off, even when there's no real threat left. Instead, your immune system starts attacking healthy tissues, your joints, your gut, your brain, slowly, quietly, relentlessly. It lasts for months, even years. And it often goes completely unnoticed, until the damage is already there. This is what millions of older adults are living with every day, without even knowing. chronic inflammation is at the root of nearly every age-related disease. Low-grade chronic inflammation underlies major conditions like heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and even cancer. Harvard Health Publishing, 2021, and a landmark study published in Nature Medicine, 2020, revealed chronic inflammation is present in the majority of cases involving loss of function after age 65, from joint degeneration and muscle loss to cognitive decline. Martha, 69, a retired schoolteacher in Texas, came to see me for what she called some hip stiffness. But when I asked deeper questions, the truth came out. She hadn't slept through the night in years, her knees wobbled every time she tried to go on a morning walk, she'd gained nearly 10 pounds without changing her diet, her memory was slipping, she often forgot her former students' names. We ran some basic labs. Her C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of inflammation, was 3 times higher than normal. No infection. No broken bones, backhand index pointing right. What Martha had was full body, low-grade chronic inflammation. So, what do? We treat the root, not just the symptom, and sometimes, that answer doesn't come from a bottle, sometimes it comes from your kitchen cabinet. Yes, I'm talking about turmeric. Curcumin is the main bioactive compound in turmeric, the golden pigment that gives it its color and its power. It makes up only 2 to 5% of turmeric powder, but it's been studied for anti-inflammatory effects, powerful antioxidant protection, anti-cancer activity, and immune support. Curcumin blocks key inflammatory proteins, like TNF-alpha, IL-6, and COX-2, similar to how NSAIDs work, but without harming the stomach. Journal of Clinical Immunology, 2019, Phytotherapy Research, 2021, 117 patients with chronic knee pain took 1 g of curcumin daily for 8 weeks, 78% reported significant pain relief, without liver or stomach issues like common painkillers. Journal of Medicinal Food, 2018, curcumin lowered CRP levels, the same marker Martha had, as effectively as ibuprofen after 6 weeks. Advances in Experimental Medicine and Biology, 2023, reviewing 37 clinical trials, curcumin helped reduce joint pain, improve mobility, and even enhance sleep quality in older adults. But wait, why doesn't turmeric work for everyone? Because curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. When consumed as regular turmeric powder, less than 5% of curcumin is absorbed by the body. Dr. Ajay Goel, Baylor University Medical Center, 2020, the solution: combine turmeric with piperine, the active compound in black pepper. This boosts absorption by up to 2000%, and add in a healthy fat, like coconut oil or olive oil, because curcumin is fat-soluble. A simple example: 1 cup of golden milk. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, a cup of plant-based or dairy milk, 1/2 tsp coconut oil or olive oil. Together, they create a synergy. The pepper unlocks absorption. The fat carries curcumin through your gut, the warm milk soothes digestion, and the whole blend starts working from the inside out. Why turmeric is especially helpful for those over 60. Older adults often react poorly to pain meds, with side effects like ulcers, high blood pressure, or kidney stress. Curcumin is gentle, non-addictive, safe for long-term use, and doesn't burden the liver, and best of all, it's something you can make at home, daily, with your own hands. No pharmacy, no pressure. Medicine belongs in the hospital, but turmeric, that's a gift from nature, meant for your kitchen, your nightly routine, your quiet moments of healing, and sometimes the thing that helps you walk again. Isn't found in a prescription, but in a cup you lovingly prepare with your own hands. Story 1, Joanna, 76, I just want to walk out and pick vegetables like I used to. I still remember the first time Joanna came into my office. She walked in slowly, leaning on a chipped wooden cane. Her straw hat had faded with time, but what I remember most were her eyes that had made peace with pain, eyes that had stopped hoping, "Doctor, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm not looking for anything big, I just want to know, is there any way I can walk to the backyard without this cane, just enough to pick some greens and make soup, like I used to?" Her pain had been with her for 7 years, starting in her left knee, then spreading to her hips, and eventually her wrists. She'd tried painkillers. Yes, corticosteroids. Tried them, couldn't sleep from the side effects, physical therapy. Yes, but each session left her more tired than before. Blood work revealed elevated CRP and slightly high ferritin, signs of widespread inflammation. But honestly, the numbers weren't what concerned me most, it was the way she looked at her own body, as if it had betrayed her. I shared with her the idea of turmeric, of curcumin, and how some of my patients were experiencing real relief. With something as simple as a warm golden drink each night, she smiled faintly. "Turmeric? I think I have a jar from 3 years ago, bought it for a curry recipe. Never used it again." I showed her how to prepare it: 1 teaspoon organic turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, 1 cup almond milk, 1 teaspoon extra virgin olive oil, optional, fresh grated ginger, backhand index pointing right, warm gently on the stove, do not boil, and drink 30 minutes before bedtime. She agreed to try it, didn't stop her medications. Didn't quit therapy, just added this little golden ritual to her evenings. 10 days later, she called me, "Doctor." This morning, I washed the dishes, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel any pain in my hands. She laughed softly through the phone, I didn't even notice until halfway through. 3 weeks later, she came in for her follow-up. She walked in without her cane, and the first thing she said, "I picked my greens yesterday, next time, I'll bring you some soup." Story 2, Richard, 81, I don't want to die from falling in the bathroom. If you're over 60, you probably understand this deeply. The fear of falling, especially in the bathroom, is very real, not just because of the physical injury, but because of what it takes from you, your dignity, your independence, your confidence. Richard was an 81-year-old retired aerospace engineer, living alone after his wife passed. He came to me after 2 falls in 6 months, both tied to knee pain and instability. Now here's the thing, Richard was not the type to give up easily. I've installed grab bars, switched to non-slip flooring, but what I didn't see coming, was that my own legs would stop listening to me. An MRI showed soft tissue inflammation around the knee, mild joint effusion, and stage 2 degeneration. Painkillers didn't give him the confidence he needed to walk without fear. I introduced him to the science behind turmeric and curcumin. At first, he was skeptical. That yellow stuff, I've only ever seen it in curry. But he was an engineer, he loved data, so I printed a study for him from phytotherapy research. 2021 on turmeric and joint pain. He studied it carefully. Then looked at me and said, "All right. I'll try it, but I want to track this, precisely." And Richard did something I've never seen a patient do before. He built a daily tracking chart: time of turmeric drink, pain level, 0 to 10, morning walking distance, number of times he stood up without holding on to something. Week 1, still hurts. But I feel lighter on my feet. Week 2, I stood up from my armchair today, no hands. Week 4, I walked to the post office and mailed a letter to my grandson. No one held my arm, I didn't fall, and for the first time in months, I felt free. When he came in for his follow-up, he placed his tracking sheet on my desk. Nearly 30 days of data. Every number told the same story. A man who had started to trust his body again, one step at a time. What did Joanna and Richard have in common? Factor: Joanna, 76, Richard, 81, type of pain: widespread arthritis, knee inflammation, balance issues, past treatments, meds, physical therapy, meds, home safety upgrades. After turmeric 10 days, no more hand pain, 3 weeks, walked cane-free 2 weeks. Stood unaided, 4 weeks, walked alone outdoors. Emotion: tears of joy, I picked my vegetables again. quiet pride, I feel free. You see, turmeric isn't a miracle, it won't replace your doctor, it won't heal everything overnight, but when you combine science, consistency, and just a little hope, even at age 76, 81, or 84, your body listens, and sometimes, it finds the strength to stand again. The golden milk only works if you do it right. There's something I always remind my patients: you can have the best ingredients in the world, but if you don't prepare them the right way, all your body gets is a pretty yellow drink, and nothing more. And sadly, that's exactly what happens to many people. They start drinking turmeric at home. 1 week. 2 weeks, but the pain stays. The disappointment grows, and they think turmeric doesn't work, but the truth is, turmeric doesn't fail, we just often forget the science behind how it works. The doctor-approved way to make anti-inflammatory golden milk. Ingredients: 1 serving, ingredient amount purpose, organic turmeric powder 1 teaspoon, about 2-3 g, main source of curcumin, the anti-inflammatory hero. Freshly ground black pepper a pinch, 1/8 tsp, boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2000%, unsweetened plant-based milk, almond, oat, or dairy, 1 cup, 250 milliliters, gentle base for absorption, soothes the stomach, healthy fat, coconut or extra virgin olive oil, half a teaspoon curcumin is fat-soluble, needs fat to be absorbed properly, fresh grated ginger. Optional, 3 to 5 slices enhances circulation and inflammation relief, raw honey, optional, 1/2 tsp, only if not diabetic, adds smoothness, mild throat support. Step-by-step instructions: in a small pot, combine the milk, turmeric, black pepper, oil, and ginger, heat gently on low, do not let it boil. Just warm it until steam begins to rise, about 5 to 7 minutes. Stir gently with a wooden spoon to avoid clumping, strain through a fine sieve if needed, let it cool slightly, then sip slowly, like a quiet evening ritual. 5 common mistakes that sabotage turmeric's benefits: skipping the black pepper because I don't like the spice. This is the #1 mistake. No black pepper equals almost no curcumin absorption. Piperine from black pepper increases curcumin's bioavailability by 2000%. Planta Medica, Shoba et al., 1998. Using water or fat-free milk, curcumin dissolves in fat, not water. If you use water or fat-free milk, the curcumin passes through your system and used, drinking it on an empty stomach in the morning. If you're sensitive, this can cause stomach irritation. The best time, 30 minutes before bedtime, when your body is naturally restoring and fighting inflammation. Using too much turmeric hoping for faster results. More isn't always better. Over 5 g/day can lead to nausea, bloating, or even affect blood clotting, especially if you're on anticoagulants. Ideal dose, 2-3 g/day, consistently. Microwaving or boiling it too long, high heat destroys curcumin and ginger's beneficial enzymes. The right way: low heat, gentle simmer, warm and slow, just like healing itself. Medical conclusion: curcumin isn't a magic bullet, it's a quiet river that flows through your body. It takes time, the right preparation, and the right dose, to truly unlock its natural healing power. Simple tips to make it a nightly habit. Tip why it works: drink it at the same time every night, e.g., 8:30 p.m., builds a body rhythm, better sleep, easier to remember, use your favorite ceramic mug, avoid plastic, no staining, and makes it feel like a comforting self-care ritual. Pre-mix your dry ingredients for 3 to 5 days, saves time, removes mental friction, when you lift a warm mug of golden milk at night. You're not just drinking a remedy, you're telling your body, I'm still here, I haven't given up on you, I'm still choosing to care, one sip at a time. Day by day, how your body quietly begins to heal with each cup of turmeric. I didn't expect anything to happen, but that first night, after I finished my drink and sat in the quiet kitchen, that I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. My body was calming down, like someone had gently placed a warm hand on the exact spot where it hurt the most. Helen, 73, My patient living with rheumatoid arthritis for over 12 years. Before we talk about the feelings, let's talk about the biology. What's truly happening in your body. Day by day, day 1, the seed is planted, calming the inflammatory fire. What you might feel, no major difference yet, and that's okay. Some people report feeling a slight warmth in their belly. Others feel a bit strange, as if their body is slowly softening, unwinding just a little. What's happening inside? Curcumin enters your bloodstream within 1 to 2 hours, with the help of black pepper and healthy fats. It begins inhibiting inflammatory enzymes like COX-2 and 5 LOX. Biochemical Pharmacology, 2019. There's a gentle rise in GABA, a calming neurotransmitter that helps ease your mind into sleep. Curcumin modulates inflammatory enzymes and neurotransmitters, promoting early anxiolytic effects. Frontiers in Pharmacology, 2020, Day 2, Easing the Load. The repair response begins. What you might feel, morning movement feels slightly easier. The stiffness when getting out of bed may start to fade. The pain is still there, but perhaps 10 to 20% lighter. What's happening inside? Curcumin lowers inflammatory cytokines, TNF-alpha, IL-6, in soft tissues. The immune system starts shifting from attack mode to repair mode. Circulation to joints increases, thanks to turmeric and ginger improving microvascular flow. Curcumin reduces systemic inflammation by decreasing pro-inflammatory cytokines. Journal of Inflammation Research, 2021. Day 3, the body starts to remember how to move. What you might feel, movement becomes more fluid. Standing, sitting, bending feels less daunting. Simple actions like turning your wrist or reaching for something become possible again. One patient told me, "I'm no longer afraid of climbing the stairs." What's happening inside? Pain receptors, nociceptors, in inflamed tissues are gently down-regulated. Immune cells shift from destructive to restorative roles. Your joints begin producing more synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that helps you move. 3-day administration of curcumin significantly reduces nociceptive responses and joint stiffness. Pain Medicine Journal, 2022, Day 4. The body starts to believe you're helping. What you might feel, that heavy, dragging sensation in your steps, it's noticeably lighter now. Your grip feels firmer. Your hands tremble less. You wake up feeling clearer, lighter, like a fog is lifting. I smiled, and for once, my face didn't feel tight from pain, shared one patient in tears. What's happening inside? Curcumin activates natural antioxidant enzymes like glutathione and SO2. Swelling around small blood vessels in your joints decreases. The nervous system records the improvement, signaling a drop in cortisol. The stress hormone, curcumin promotes neuroimmunomodulation and downregulates systemic cortisol in early chronic inflammation. Neurobiology of Aging, 2020. Summary table, emotions and biology in sync. Day what you feel, what's happening biologically. Day 1 calmer, sleep comes easier, curcumin begins absorbing, inflammation enzymes are suppressed. Day 2 mild relief, joints feel looser, cytokines decrease, circulation improves. Day 3 movement smoother, less fearful, pain receptors dial down, joints start producing healing fluid. Day 4 hope returns. I feel like myself, swelling down, cortisol down, nervous system stabilizing. I'm not saying turmeric will have you running marathons after 4 days, but I've seen the eyes of people who thought they'd never walk normally again, begin to light up, just a few days in, not because the pain is completely gone, but because, for the first time in a long time, they could feel their body coming back to life, and that is where healing truly begins. A gift from nature. But not for everyone. One of the first lessons I learned in medicine wasn't about how to heal, it was about how to listen. Who is this remedy truly for, and who might need to wait, because even the right remedy at the wrong time, for the wrong person, can still cause harm. Turmeric is powerful, but not everyone should take it freely. Here are 5 groups who need to be extra careful. Those taking blood thinners. Why this matters: curcumin can slow blood clotting, and when taken together with certain medications, it may increase the risk of bleeding. Warfarin, Coumadin, aspirin, clopidogrel, Plavix, heparin, curcumin can potentiate antiplatelet and anticoagulant agents, increasing bleeding risk. Thrombosis Research, 2018, always consult your physician before using turmeric. If approved, reduce to 1/2 teaspoon per day, and avoid continuous use for longer than 2 weeks, those preparing for surgery, or just had one. Why this matters: turmeric may affect blood clotting during or after surgery, making recovery more complicated. Stop taking turmeric 7 to 10 days before surgery. Wait at least 2 weeks after surgery before reintroducing. People with gallstones or blocked bile ducts. Why this matters: curcumin stimulates bile flow, which can intensify gallbladder contractions. Risky if stones are present. Turmeric may exacerbate biliary colic in patients with gallstones. World Journal of Gastroenterology, 2017. If you've had upper abdominal pain after eating fatty meals, ask your doctor for a gallbladder ultrasound before using turmeric regularly. Those with sensitive stomachs, ulcers or severe acid reflux. Why this matters: although curcumin is anti-inflammatory, some people may experience stomach irritation, especially when taken on an empty stomach or at high doses. Always take turmeric after a meal or before bed. Use with unsweetened milk and healthy oils to buffer the stomach. Start slow. 1/2 teaspoon/day is plenty to begin. Pregnant or breastfeeding women. Why this matters: while there's no conclusive evidence of harm, high doses of curcumin have shown hormonal effects and slight uterine contractions in lab studies. Curcumin shows uterotonic properties in vitro. Use with caution in pregnancy. Reproductive Toxicology, 2019. Avoid high-dose turmeric medicinal drinks. Culinary use in small amounts, as a spice in cooking, is generally considered safe. Other groups who should monitor or adjust their intake. Group suggested action. Adults over 80 or frail begin with 1/2 teaspoons per day, only increase after 1 week if tolerated. People on 3 prescription drugs daily consult doctor to avoid unexpected interactions. Type 2 diabetics on insulin monitor blood sugar, as curcumin may slightly lower glucose. Those allergic to the ginger family, e.g., turmeric, ginger, galangal, discontinue use if rash or throat itching occurs. As much as I love natural medicine, I always remind my patients, there's no such thing as a 100% safe food. Only proper use, for the right person, at the right time. Turmeric is a gift, but like all gifts, it must be received with respect and understanding. So, what if you're not in a risk group? Then wonderful, you may use turmeric as a gentle daily support for healing, but even then, remember, don't overdose, don't expect magic overnight, and if you ever feel something is off, stop immediately and talk to your doctor. Turmeric didn't work for you. Maybe it wasn't turmeric's fault, but a few small mistakes that blocked its big healing power. I've been drinking turmeric for 2 months now. Nothing's changed. Everyone said it works wonders, but it just gave me gas and bloating. I mixed it with warm water, bitter as heck, and forced it down. Still no pain relief. Sound familiar? If so, you are not alone. In my years of guiding over 1,500 older adults through the Better Health After 50 program, I've seen it again and again. Turmeric is a powerful natural anti-inflammatory, but also a fussy one. If you don't understand its biology, it won't cooperate. Here are 7 common mistakes, and how to gently correct each one. Without needing pills, fancy supplements, or expensive powders. Mistake number 1, using too much. More is better. I use 2 full tablespoons every time. I thought more curcumin meant faster pain relief. But in reality, curcumin isn't absorbed based on how much you take. Too much can actually cause bloating, mild diarrhea, nausea, even affect blood clotting in sensitive individuals. High-dose curcumin may impair liver enzymes and induce mild GI upset. Clinical interventions in aging, 2020, fix, stick to 1 teaspoon per day, about 2-3 g. If you're sensitive or frail, begin with 1/2 teaspoon and increase gradually. Mistake number 2, leaving out black pepper, piperine. I don't like the spicy taste, so I skip the pepper. That's a big mistake. Without piperine, curcumin is barely absorbed into the bloodstream. Piperine enhances bioavailability of curcumin by 2000%. Planta Medica, 1998, Shoba et al., Fix. Add just a pinch of finely ground black pepper, 1/8 teaspoon. You don't need much. It's not about flavor, it's about activation. If you're very sensitive, consider curcumin capsules with piperine, and ask your doctor first. Mistake number 3, mixing turmeric with plain water. No fat. I use water to avoid calories. But curcumin is fat soluble. Without healthy fat, it doesn't get absorbed. Curcumin requires lipids to cross intestinal walls effectively. Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, 2019, Fix. Add 1/2 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil, or use plant-based milk with a little fat, almond, oat. Mistake number 4, drinking it on an empty stomach in the morning. I heard mornings are better, so I drink it first thing. For older adults with sensitive stomachs, this may cause gut irritation, bloating, or even acid reflux. Fix. Best time, 30 to 60 minutes before bed, after a light dinner. If you prefer mornings, eat breakfast first, then wait 15 to 20 minutes before drinking. Mistake number 5, boiling the turmeric too hard or using overheated water. I boiled the mix like I was cooking soup. High heat destroys curcumin structure, reducing its healing power. Fix. Use gentle heat only. Stop once you see light steam rising. Don't let it boil. Stir continuously for 5 to 7 minutes to keep ingredients blended. Mistake number 6, taking turmeric daily, but ignoring lifestyle habits. I still eat fried food, stay up late, and get stressed, but I never miss my turmeric drink. Turmeric can't cancel chronic inflammation if you're feeding it every day through poor habits. Inflammation isn't just about food, it's also about lack of sleep, unmanaged stress, inactivity. Fix. Sleep by 11 p.m., cut back on sugar and white starch, walk 15 minutes/day, breathe deeply 5 times before bed. These small habits allow curcumin to shine at full strength. Mistake number 7, giving up too soon. I tried it for 3 days. Nothing happened, so I quit. Curcumin takes time to build up and shift your internal inflammation patterns. Curcumin takes 7 to 21 days to reach full systemic anti-inflammatory activity. European Journal of Pharmacology, 2021, Fix. Stay consistent for 2 to 3 weeks minimum. Keep a journal, note when you drink it, track pain levels, digestion, mood. You'll begin to notice the shift. Your body doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to be patient and kind to it every day. A cup of properly prepared turmeric may not be as fast as painkillers, but it heals from the inside, with no side effects left behind. If you're tired from a pain that has no name, please know, your body has never given up on you. I know you've already tried so many things. Maybe you once took a strange supplement someone swore by, only to be disappointed, placed your hope in another doctor's visit, but left with the same report, swallowed one more pain pill, telling yourself, what else can I do? Whispered silently, I'm old now. I guess this is just how it is. But my dear friend, that's not the truth. Aging is not a life sentence. It's simply a quiet reminder that we must care for our bodies in new ways, with more gentleness, with more patience, and with deeper kindness than ever before. There is no such thing as a magic cure. No golden drink can ever replace a wise doctor, but if you know how to truly listen to your body, if you can offer it a small chance to recover, every day, little by little, then healing won't feel like a miracle, it will feel like something within reach. I've seen Ms. Joanna walk again without her cane. After just 3 weeks, I've seen Mr. Richard start journaling his movements again, after believing he'd never go outside alone. and I've watched hundreds of people over 60 begin to smile again, because of one small habit, done every single evening, a simple cup of turmeric, sipped as an act of kindness toward themselves. If you're still living with pain today, please don't lose hope, start again, gently, with just a small step, and if turmeric isn't right for you, then let it be something else. As long as you still have hope, as long as you still choose to care for yourself, then healing is always possible. You don't have to move fast, you just have to keep moving. Today, you've taken one step, a step of knowledge, a step of care, a step of self-love, and I, along with thousands of others listening right now, that we're walking this road beside you. If this video spoke to you, leave a comment below. Have you ever tried turmeric before? Or simply write, "I'm still trying." Because sometimes, just one sentence like that, can give someone else the strength to keep going. If you found this video helpful, tap the like button, subscribe to Better Health After 50, so every week, we can bring you more trusted insights, more healing stories, and gentle ways to help your body recover, naturally, deeply, and with love. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Wishing you a peaceful evening, a restful sleep, and a brighter tomorrow, with steps that feel lighter, steadier, and free from fear. See you again soon, my friend, Dr. James.